Okay, so it is 12:01, and I said at noon I was going to exercise. I don't have a plan or a regimen. I'll figure that out as I'm exercising to, like, keep in mind for later. Wow, it is really bright. Maybe I just open a window. Yeah, I'll just, like, I hate having this is gonna be a big change for me. It doesn't sound that large, but just having my shades open is a big thing that I really don't like doing. So I don't know what the neighbors can and cannot see. It's a beautiful day outside. Okay, how do I keep you up? Well, learning how to use the blinds. Try not to break them. There we go. I had to relearn how to open sons of bitches. Alright, let's see how that looks. Not visible, I don't know. I'm not a cameraman at all. Doesn't matter. I still need to go and get a cup for water. It's another thing that I need to do is drink a lot, and I mean a lot more water. I'm like chronically dehydrated because I haven't been for a lot of my life. Drinking water, I mean. So I'm gonna go grab a cup and then we'll get started. That took me a little bit longer than I expected because I have to wash up the cup. But I have my cup. It's a Shrek cup. I don't know if it'll show up. But I got it at like a Meyer, I think. A very long time ago. Oh boy. I didn't even want it. I love Shrek, but I didn't want the cup. I thought it was a waste of money. My mother convinced me, like, yo, no, like, I saw you staring at it, go get the cup. And I'm glad you did, because I've been in love with this cup ever since. Okay. Let's put it down here. what I used to do is like every hour I would do another exercise. It's going to be weird doing everything at once again. And I did that specifically because, again, I'm very bad at pacing myself with different aspects of life. And I think I should get back to doing it all in one bulk again. Specifically because I keep forgetting that every hour I have to do this thing. And then I just never exercise, and it's bad. Maybe one day I'll get a rhythm for it, but right now, I just gotta knock it out. I'm trying to decide what I want to do first. My goal with exercise right now is just to get mobile a little bit. Like, I don't have any... Well, as I'm thinking about it, I guess I do kind of have body goals. I would love to be... Every friend I've ever had has been super handsome or super pretty. And I always felt left out of that group. I'm not saying necessarily that I want to show off. It would be nice to be a part of that club. Just for a little while. Because I keep talking like I'm older than I am, but I feel like I'm getting up there in age to the point where I'm not going to be as limber as I once was. Especially with me being as tall as I am. I'm like 6'8" or somewhere around there. So everything wears down a lot quicker. That would be cool to have. Just a body that I can be proud of. But right now is just to make sure that I do something. I'm stalling. I'm stalling because I'm very embarrassed right now. This is not something I ever thought I would do on camera. Ever. This is really taking a lot for me right now. Not only am I fighting myself with that, it's making it a lot more difficult to choose what to do first. My immediate thought was squats, so I guess I'll just do squats until I get tired. I do two different types of squats. One where my legs are like my feet are shoulder width apart. And then I do one that I saw in a TikTok, because I'm not an exercise guru, I barely know what I'm doing. But they call it a samurai squat. You take your feet together, and I know you can't see my feet, you're not getting those for free. But you take your feet together, and then you keep your heels together, but you turn your toes outward, right? So they're pointing at each wall. And then you twist your heels out so that your toes are pointing forward again. Pardon me, I'm sorry. And then you do that one more time. So that's the width we're going to go for about. And then you turn your toes out one more time. And you squat in this position. And they call that a samurai squat. Which actually feels really good. I prefer these squats more than I do the ones that I regularly do with my feet just kind of like a fair width apart. So I guess I'll start with these. I'll do like 5 and see how I feel, because it's been a very long time and I'm prone to getting tired. Not only that, but I also know that my knees have been hurting like a lot. So I definitely want to pace myself, take my time, see how things feel. Okay. God, I can't look at the camera. I just hope it doesn't look bad. If it does, fuck it. I'm not even gonna. Here we go. One. I feel like I can go deeper. Two. Inside of my thighs do not feel well. I think I should have stretched a bit more before I started. 3. In fact, I'm just realizing I stretched out my arms and my shoulders. Did not stretch out my legs. So after I'm done with these, 4. 5. Definitely need a stretch. That is very, very, very important. I skipped out on it, not because I don't like stretching, but I genuinely just forgot. Oh wow, that is tight. Like, this is as far as I can bend until I start feeling it, and this is not far at all. I can see it in the camera. It's not far at all. That's bad. That's really bad. Okay, let's see how far I can do this without hurting myself. Yeah, this is like really, really tight. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's bad. I can feel it like right underneath my knee. Oh geez, my balance is bad. I can feel it right underneath my knee. It's like super tight. Like I'm pulling on a really thick rubber band. And that's concerning. In fact, as I'm going downward, I can feel it all the way up the inside of my thigh. And I don't know if that's because I have bad posture or what, or if it's just because I haven't done this in a while. I don't feel it as much on this side, which is a good thing, I think. I don't know. Like there's definitely a strain, but it's not like a lock like it is for my right leg. So I don't know. It's a very interesting feeling that I don't particularly enjoy. Another thing that I just realized as I'm torturing myself going through all of the things I'm embarrassed about is you guys could probably see the side and back of my head. And the back of my head is definitely matted. My hair has just never been able to grow in the back, but also I've been sleeping a lot, hibernating like a bear every day. It was one of the few days that I'm actually up during the day. Usually all of this stuff I'm doing at night. Or at least late in the afternoon. So. A lot of embarrassment right now. But I promised myself, actually I've been thinking about doing these videos for a very long time. I promised myself I would do it, and that once I started doing it, I was going to stick to it, no matter what, no matter how embarrassed I get, no matter what things people say about me. So that's what I'm gonna do. Jeez, I'm trying to like stretch out my inner thighs because it is super freaking tight, man. I do not like how that feels. Not at all. Okay. Actually, I should go in front. Once upon a time, I did want to be a free runner, which is like parkour, running long distances and stuff. That was a dream of mine. I wanted to do that, and I wanted to skate. I gave up on skating really quick because pain scares me. But free running I've always had in my head. Definitely too late now, but I always wanted to build up my legs for that, and my core. Part of me still really wants to be able to do things like, at least like the splits and to run for long distances. If not, go the whole 9 yards and like go out doing flips and shit off of buildings. Maybe I can still work for that. I mean, I'm still relatively young. I don't know how much I have left in me. Something to shoot for. Alright. I'm gonna do regular squats now. And I would see, it's another reason I stopped. I just got myself into a depressive mode. I would see my brother and how fit he is, and I'm watching my youngest brother who's going into soccer and doing all of these things outside with people. My middle brother is asked by people to be a model. In fact, he's out in New York pursuing that right now, that and a music career. So I've always just kind of had this chip on my shoulder, like, when do I get something? But I never put in the work. So, that starts now. I really hate doing normal squats. And the reason I'm stalling right now is because I'm still feeling all that stuff in my legs. I want to make sure I can actually do what I'm about to do. Okay. Oh wow, that actually... It's not too bad. My knees are still feeling weird. So I should probably take a little bit more time, but I think I'm okay. And with the knee thing, I do need to go to a chiropractor and get myself checked out. My knee, my lower back, and my neck. And I guess my shoulders to that end. But that's money. And money, nobody in the house really has to spare right now. So, it'll be done at some point. Just not now. I think what I'll do, I'm still trying to plan out training regimens in my head, is I'll do legs one day and then arms the next day. See how it feels. Something else I'm thinking about is changing my diet. I need to not eat as much junk food. I have a lot of cereal, a lot of pasta, not enough vegetables, not enough meat. And I also feel like I need to work on my fiber intake a little bit. I did make a smoothie yesterday though, and that was really good. I had a bunch of different berries in it, and then I put in a couple bananas for texture. Also, I just like bananas. I don't really like berries that much, so it helps smooth things out at least. And then I put some protein yogurt and some plain Greek yogurt, low fat, into it. And then I like filled it up with orange pineapple juice. It came out pretty good. I also put some fiber supplement into it, so I was actually getting fiber. I need to not drink all of this before I'm sitting here thinking and talking to myself. I do not want to be full while I'm doing squats. That would not be ideal. My brain always goes, because I used to be a streamer, my brain always goes into this like content mode where I just always have to be talking about something. I can't have dead air. I have to keep reminding myself that I'm doing these specific videos for me, not for anybody else. I keep talking to the camera as if I'm talking to an audience, and sure, there might be an audience someday, prayerfully not, but I don't know why I do that. I'm always performing, quote unquote, and I don't know if I necessarily like that about myself. I don't know, it feels toxic in a way. Good if I was streaming, but I'm not. I also just realized that I'm doing things out of order. I said that at this time I would be working on music, and instead I'm exercising, which it doesn't really matter, but I'll do it after. Ooh, you heard that snap? That was my knee. I feel like I can go a little bit deeper. Hardest part about squats for me isn't necessarily like how I'm bending my knees, keeping myself balanced or anything like that. It's keeping my back straight. That's going to reveal a lot to me watching these videos back, and God, I don't want to watch these videos back. But I want to see just how well I'm doing with that. I'm going to be showing a lot of myself to myself that I am most definitely not prepared to see. It's especially difficult for me as a tall person to keep my head up and back straight, because everything wants to hunch over. And if I do that too much, in fact, it's probably already happening, my head goes forward like that, just kind of, I hate that I just showed that on camera, but it'll be a good point for somebody to keep your posture right, or don't end up like me. And that's one of the reasons I was so worried about going to the chiropractor, is I do everything chronically online, so I'm always just, that's not a good thing. Okay. Something that I'm trying to do is, as I descend, I'm trying to descend as slowly as I can, and then really pop myself back up. I don't know if I'm doing that in the correct order. I feel like I am. Someone had said you gather more strength that way, and I am inclined to believe them, because at least it feels correct. That's also why you see me doing this, is that's my way of trying to keep my back straight. There's also people that put their hands behind their head, but me with my neck issues, that's just never felt too comfortable. Oh boy. It's a beautiful day outside. It's been a lot of rampant weather lately. Really humid heat waves where you can't breathe. A bunch of thunderstorms. I was able to breathe while I was going out to take the trash out, so he was open. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to change into a t-shirt before I go outside walking. It's pretty cool in here because we have the air conditioning on. Thank God for air conditioning. I very much appreciate that we can have that in this house. But it's gonna be hot outside. It's gonna be real hot. Okay. I don't know if it's a normal thing or not. I feel like it is, just from watching like heavy bodybuilders. A lot more than I can feel it in all of my muscles. I feel the most strain in my head. Like there's this ache that I can't describe after I'm done with the set. I never talk to anybody about these things, so I don't know how normal any of what I'm doing is. I don't really have friends to talk to about it. I ran away from the few that could. Okay. Trying to gather myself up to do this. About 12:30. I can barely see my phone from here, but I can see the 2 and a 3. So I'm getting pretty winded, and I still want to take a walk after. I think what I'm going to do is, instead of walking for an hour, I'm going to do these last 2 sets, and then walk until it's like maybe 1 p.m. or 1:10 to fill up my water again. Okay. Something else I keep forgetting is to keep my head forward as I'm doing these. I have the tendency to look down. I'm just remembering that. There's a bird that just flew past my window. It was kind of cool. I don't know what kind of bird it was. Brown one. I remember back at the old house before we moved here. Ooh, I felt that. We used to get cardinals and blue jays. It was really cool. Ooh, yep. I'm already reaching my limit. I think walking for a shorter time might be a better idea, because I'm a lot weaker than I thought I was, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it's bumming me out a lot. It's pissing me off that this is as little as I can do. I lost count. I think that was my 3rd one. Square one, clean slate, just like I talked about. I gotta commit. Nothing can grow if you don't grow it. Just gotta keep reminding myself of that. I gotta keep pushing. It's a weird balance, trying to start over. Or rather, to keep myself motivated and pushing in the right way, right? Because it's not just, okay, I'm depressed, force yourself out of depression. There's a lot that goes into it, right? The resting period is just as important, if not more important, than the pushing period. And getting that equilibrium is, at least I believe, what fucks a lot of people up. I'm stalling because I really don't want to do this last one. Felt that. Felt that. Oh boy. Just realizing that's kind of a hidden bonus of doing these videos. is like the point was to show myself my progress, all of my ups and downs, and like things that I could be doing better, improving on for the future. But like, ADHD kicked in and I forgot what I was about to say. And that's pissing me off. That makes me unhappy. I feel like I had a very important point that I just absolutely forgot. We'll never know. What percentage is my phone at? I can totally walk with that. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I will set a timer for like 30 minutes and walk with that. I'm trying to decide if I walk right now or if I do another set of squats. I don't do another set of squats, and here's why. I wanted to round it out with like 6 sets instead of 5, especially since I was doing the samurai squats and the normal squats. Just even numbers for me, OCD. But I can feel the strain and the fatigue that's happening in my legs. I don't want to do too many and not be able to walk. Which, again, really does not sit right with me. Even though it's natural for things to deteriorate if you don't do anything for a long time. And I know that logically. But I used to be somewhere, man. It's... Yeah, it's not a fun place to be in. You know, it's like you got your doctorate and now you have to go back to kindergarten. That's what it feels like. And I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling at all. I'm an adult, goddammit. It has never once felt like I'm an adult. Okay. Enough of that. I'm going to get my phone going and start a recording on there and finish out the second half of this video. Wish me luck. Okay, so I'm outside now and I already don't like it. I immediately became aware of the fact that my hair and my face probably look a mess. My brother, when he went out to New York, I believe stole my razor. So it's fun for me. And I decided not to wash and comb out my hair until I took a shower, and I wanted to do that after I was done with my walk. Because it wouldn't make sense to get in the shower just to get sweaty again, you know what I mean? So, a lot of anxiety right now walking through here. Another thing is the air is a lot thicker than it was when it was first out. So, I am one who has heart issues. That's something that I will have to be wary of as I'm walking. I'm taking my time for that particular reason. There is a little bit of a bruise, so I'm hoping that helps, but Also, I don't know science. I don't know if that'll actually be of any use to me. I took the cup with me. I don't know where I'm walking to. I just realized. I'm just kind of going. Usually when I take walks in the middle of the evening and just kind of let myself wander. I don't even think. I don't think about where I'm going. I just go blindly into the night and then use a GPS to make my way home. But now it's daytime. I'm aware of all of the things around me. And that's messing with my head. A lot, actually. I do not at all feel good. It feels good to have my legs moving. Honestly, the only real semblance of stability, I was about to say comfort, but not comfort, stability that I have is that I can look at my phone right now and just like talk. I can't explain why that brings me a sense of stability, but it does. I'll take it. Any way it goes. You know, it's funny, I can barely see my phone because the sun is always in my face. It's only when I'm under these trees that I can actually see the camera and see how ridiculous I look. But it's fine. Look, at the end of the day, the breeze is gone and it's getting harder to breathe. At the end of the day, people have seen stranger things than me. Right? And because I'm rarely outside during the day, nobody really knows who I am in the first place. Nor does anybody truly care to get to know some stranger walking down the sidewalk. Right? So it's fine. I think it's more the fact that I know me. I think it's a pride thing. I think it's that I know what I want to be, what I can be, and what I am currently not. And that is, I'm also very acutely aware of how other people can perceive me. Whether they will care to remember my face or not. So, just thinking too much. Thinking way too much about things that don't really matter. You know what I miss about my old house? There was there's a specific area where deer would always show up and graze. in a bunch of neighbors' front lawns. I haven't been out during the morning to see if it happens here, but I would always enjoy walking right at the break of dawn and seeing the deer. There's a doe that walked up to me one day, and I felt really, really special, because deer are some of my favorite animals. In fact, the stag has been dubbed my spirit animal in several different factions. But as soon as it walked up to me and started trying to smell my hand, that's when a car showed up and ruined that for me. Ran off. I almost got kicked in the dick. It was not fun. It was hilarious, but it was not fun at the time. It was really sad. I would always see these videos of people who have a bunch of deer in their front lawn, and they would feed it like corn and cookies. Just have a whole family of deer, doe, kids, or foals, I think they're called. Gave every single one of them names. They would just all hang out in the front yard. Seen some in Texas, seen some out in the Midwest. One day I would love to have an experience like that. I don't expect it to ever happen. It's just a dream. But it'd be really cool. I've heard of this place in Japan. That's a park that's literally just for deer. Now, I am very, very tall. I would stick out like a sore thumb in Japan. It's the reason I've never, honestly, even dreamed about, well, I've dreamed about it, never gave too much physical thought to traveling abroad. That would suck for me, I feel like. But if I ever were to go anywhere, that would be a really cool place to go. That, and there's a, I forget the name of the forest, but there's a forest in Germany that I really wanted to go to. There's this river that you can cross that has stepping stones. I have no idea how large or deep that river is. Probably not very, if I had to guess. It's just something that I've always thought ever since I was like 14. I've been dreaming about that place. I have an itch on my left arm that I can't scratch because my hands are full. I'm circling my way back to the house so I can scratch it. It's like really, really irritating, actually. It's really messing with my head. But yeah, no, I don't know what this place. For some reason in my head it's called the Black Forest, and I don't think that's correct. But that would be really cool. There's a lot of different, like, natural areas I want to see. I would love to go out there to Scotland and Ireland. I'd love to go to Iceland. There's a few places in Italy that I would love to go to. And honestly, I just want to see what the hell is up with South America. I don't know anything about South America. Like, literally nothing. Well, no, that's not true. In my world music class, I did learn a little bit about some of the traditional music that came from South America. Could I tell you exactly where? Nope, absolutely forget. But sounds really cool. it was one of my favorite things to learn about. That and I can finally scratch my arm. That and I really like sorry, this is going to sound really racist, but Indian music and Irish music, both separately. Learning about the raga, learning about the Uillean Pipes, which I'm pretty sure I'm saying that name wrong. It's always something that I've wanted to get into, especially the former. Man, bro, Indian music takes so much control. But it always comes out so beautifully. I would love to have a mentor for that. This is one of my favorite sounds ever. I just found a girl on TikTok, pretty girl. But she was doing like a jazz fusion thing with a bunch of like those I don't even know what to call it. I know raga is just like an umbrella term for the scales that they use. And it's only one of the many scales. Somebody would be able to correct me. But no, like the different scales and what I call them incantations that they use. My point is it comes out so good. It's so smooth and nice, vibrant. And it always makes me happy to listen to. Always. Oh, I just spilled more water. I should be drinking it, actually. Dude, it's so warm out. My water was almost ice cold when I first came out here. And now it is most definitely not. I might walk a little further that way. I'm just curious to what's over there. In fact, yeah, I got 17 minutes left. So I walk up and see what's over there. And then I will turn my happy black self back. I think I got a dandelion puff stuck in the nostril. That's very unfortunate. This entire time, I'm just trying not to focus on the fact that I am indeed in a neighborhood full of people. I'm just kind of letting my brain wander to as many other things as possible. Like, I just remembered, there's an itch on my neck, that's what I keep doing. Like the forest. What I was talking about. Back when I was seeing a therapist, which is a whole other story, we were Googling different places in the world just to see what I liked, just to imagine myself traveling, or to imagine myself, just even as I was sitting in the room, in that place, just the imagery of somewhere tranquil, somewhere that would put my heart and my mind at ease, and that was one of those places that I saw. It was really interesting because along with that place I heard music. It was a very particular piece, actually. If there are any weebs that end up watching this video, you may or may not know it. So the anime has a very weird name that I never know if I love listening to the birds. I never know if I'm pronouncing this name right, but it's Durarara. So, Durarara, I guess. I don't... Your guess is as good as mine on how to pronounce that. The name of the piece from that anime is The Girl in the Drawing. It is one of my favorite pieces. Oh, it was a butterfly, I think. But no, it's one of my favorite pieces of, honestly, all time, of any music ever. But it's definitely my favorite in that show. And that show had some really, really good music. Definitely inspired by things like Cowboy Bebop and the way they handled their show. But no, it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. I'm thinking about it right now. I have composed quite a few different piano, violin, and guitar pieces, heavily inspired by that one piece from that one anime, just because I love it that much. Maybe I should put some of the things that I talk about. Maybe I'll put like links in the description, so people can have reference to what I'm talking about. I just had that thought. I might just turn back here. I was going to like make a whole loop around, but I'm getting close to nowhere, actually. And I don't want to get too lost trying to circle my way back. No, all I really did is walk in a straight line. So I'm going to start turning back now. In fact, I just realized where I am, and I did not realize it was so close to home. There's a park that I like to frequent in the evening and just sit. I don't do anything and just kind of sit down. I didn't realize it was that close to me. But yeah, I almost dropped my water. That's why I was looking like that. I have no idea how this video is going to turn out. Probably bad. I probably have bad angles everywhere. I don't know if I have any good angles, even with my other camera. You know, as much as I am uncomfortable with being outside, I do, between all of the houses and the cars, enjoy listening to the birds. I'll find moments, short moments, brief, but I'll find moments where I keep thinking back to all of those places that I was Googling. The fields, the hills and mountains, the forests, the cliffs that I used to dream about. And they're not real places, these cliffs. But I would always have these frequent dreams when I was a teenager of this wide, empty forest that runs down to a cliff overseeing the ocean. And I would always find myself dangerously close to falling off of that cliff. I never fall, but I always feel like I'm going to. There's always that sense of anxiety and dread of being on the edge. So I could never fully enjoy the very, very beautiful view that it was, because I was always scared I was going to fall off, but I could never move. Once I got to that cliff, it's like it was pulling me inward, a gravitational pull. I don't know what's up with that. I haven't had one of those dreams in a very, very long time. That was back when I was a lot more active. There was other stuff that happened in the dream. Like, sometimes there would be this gigantic deer, which now, after Googling a bunch of different deer, I believe to be an extinct one called the Irish elk, which has become my favorite animal, even though they're all gone now. Look it up, very tragic. Hunted out of existence. But that's what I believed it to be. And this was before I even knew what the hell that was. I just had, like, a few weeks after that dream, I happened to be Googling some stuff for an art project, and whoa, there it was. But, yeah. So it would be staring me down, I would be staring it down. We never got too close to each other. It was across the way. It was like taking that moment to recognize each other. And then it would walk along, and I'd walk off. And then sometimes there would be... only thing I can call it is a ghost. And I don't know if it was a ghost or not. It might have just been some person. But there was this girl, all dressed in white, like a baptism gown, if that makes any sense to anybody. Just twirling and skipping. And I can't remember what the girl looks like, but I remember that they smiled at me as I was on the cliff. From the forest, mind you. And they wouldn't move away from it. They'd be dancing and twirling, but they wouldn't leave. I never got that. Never understood the point of those dreams. Well, there were times where the forest was on fire. And it would still be inside of that forest, just dancing and giggling at me. I feel like it should freak me out, but more so it was just kind of... it felt normal. It felt right. I don't know. It's a very odd... Like the dream felt more real than real life. Like I was supposed to be there, you know what I mean? I have not been drinking my water. I can feel it spilling all over my hand as I'm walking awkwardly and forgetting about it. I'll only remember to drink some once it spills in my hand. We've got 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna circle my way around and back to the house. I'm thinking about stopping the video early and just put the phone in my pocket, have a free hand to do other stuff, because it's been very weird walking like this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I haven't freaked out, so I'm proud of myself. That's a step forward for me, because legitimately this is, honestly, like 10 minutes ago would have been the point where I start having a legitimate panic attack. And that's with other people helping me. So I'm very proud of me. I have no idea how I'm going to feel once I get back home. It might just be, I know I keep talking about it, but I might be stifling those feelings. I have no idea. Felt like something just bit me, but I don't know. Like right on my finger. It was not pleasant. I did not like it. I'm trying to decide for tomorrow if I walk in the morning or if I do like what I'm doing today and walk in the afternoon. I know it'll probably be at least a little bit cooler in the morning. Maybe be able to breathe a little better. But what I'm worried about is quality of video, which I know it's still probably not the best with the sun. Okay? With the sun beaming down. And also my glasses are transition glasses, so it looks like I have shades on right now. Can't even see my eyes probably. Which, fair is fair, I can't see the phone. I don't know, maybe I'll try the morning tomorrow, see how it comes out if I don't like it. Alrighty then. Approaching the 1 minute mark, got 2 minutes left, and I am already close to home, so I think I'm just going to call it once I get there. And I will put down my phone and pick up the guitar. And that'll be that. I've got 2 things left on my agenda, is practicing the guitar, doing a little composing, and the speed running. After that, I will start working on... No, that's not true. What I have to do before that is take a shower. Right? Make sure I thoroughly wash my hair, brush my teeth, and then pick up the guitar. No! I'm getting it wrong again. I have to take a shower, wash my hair real good. I have to eat. Food is important. And then I have to brush my teeth, and then we pick up the guitar for an hour. So that's what we'll do. Alright, I'm heading towards home. See you guys in a minute.